Okay, so I am here in my bedroom on a day where I just didn't feel like doing my hair and makeup for this video because I have been dying to make this video for you guys. I know there's a lot of people out there that are starting their wedding photography business or photography business and need to know what to trust as far as programs, what to invest in order to have a successful business. Now, I've been in business since 2018. I've gone through the pandemic. I have only my business to rely on for income. I've made over 6 figures as well in 2021. So I kind of know what it takes to have a successful business, and I am ready to share these secrets with you guys here on YouTube. And these programs I trust. There's actually one of the tips on here or programs is not considered a program, but something you're gonna need in order to have a successful wedding photography business. I am speaking from my experience, and you can go ahead and take my advice if you wish, but it is not the ultimate way on being successful. It is just how I became successful. Of course, there are many factors. Let me put these disclaimer out there. Many factors in order to be successful, but these are some tools that help me get to that success route of making 6 figures and only having this as my only source of income as a wedding photographer. I am talking too much now. Let's get into these programs. That's why you are here. Okay, the first program I'm going to speak to about is Picmonkey. Now, there's another program out there called Canva. Of course, you can use those either or in order for graphic design reasons. Now, it is a graphic design program for dummies because it's not as complicated as Photoshop would be or any of those Adobe programs that could get complicated for someone that doesn't really know what they're doing and what those tools are used for. So Picmonkey or Canva, use one of those. I use Picmonkey. I love Picmonkey to create all my graphic designs, playing with my logos, posting for Pinterest pins, ads on Facebook, Instagram, posts and pins. You can even create GIFs on there, little graphics that move. I love Picmonkey. Now, the cost of this program is about $150 per year. You can also pay monthly installments. I highly recommend investing in that if you plan on making especially Pinterest and marketing material. Like, it is super cool. I can go more in depth in this if you guys really are interested in learning more about Picmonkey and how to use it. Please drop a comment below so I can make a whole tutorial on that. Next program I highly encourage you investing in, you probably already do own it, Spotify. I use Spotify to create playlists for engagement photo shoots especially. Perfect. And then wrap your arms around him like that. Perfect. And just say ABCs until you get to O. When I'm working with a couple on the engagement shoot, there's like their music that they like to vibe to. If they have a first dance song, I love putting that on for them during the photo shoot. Now, if you don't have Spotify, you could use like Apple Music or whatever other programs you like. There's so many out there for music, but make sure it's not like something that you don't pay, because you don't want to like have the ads going on during the photo shoot. So I loved using Spotify for photo shoots and playing their favorite music. Another thing you can consider for Spotify, why you should download Spotify and the subscription service for only $9.99 a month or $120 a year is podcasts. So if you're into the education and learning more about photography stuff, there's so many cool Spotify podcasts you can listen to while you're working and for educational reasons. So Spotify for sure. Okay, so next is Adobe. Now, there are so many programs that Adobe offers for photographers. I obviously use Lightroom. There's also Photoshop. Those are the 2 top programs I use for Adobe, but to edit these videos I make on YouTube, I use the Adobe Premiere Pro program. And combining all that along with Adobe Acrobat, that gets me all those PDF functions that I need to like sign documents virtually, things like that. I pay about $40 a month. Let's move on to one of my favorite programs and what made me successful I think as a business owner, and that what makes me look more professional and taken more seriously is a CRM program, and I trust HoneyBook for that. I can create invoices, contracts, proposals. Everything starts to look on brand too when I send out emails, and my clients get their own like portal to access, and we can share documents on there, keep everything organized. I collect payments. HoneyBook does take a small portion of if they do pay through the portal. It's about 4%, and it costs me about $40 a month or $480 a year on HoneyBook to use a HoneyBook program. Now, I encourage you to check out all the other options. There's HoneyBook, there's Tave, there's fudge, I forgot the other ones. But there's so many. I encourage you to try them out. I think they give you 1 month free trials. I even have a link below that you can click on for HoneyBook if you try today. I will even create a whole tutorial video on how to use HoneyBook. Just leave a comment below if you want to learn more. I can go all in depth on how I use HoneyBook and why I became so successful in it and how to set yours up and everything. So HoneyBook CRM program you're going to need in order to have a successful wedding photography business. Next is Shootproof. Now Shootproof I have been using since the beginning of my photography business. I know there's a lot of other programs. I even tried to convert to, it starts with a P, PicTime, when that became like new. PicTime's so cool. Like PicTime, it's so like aesthetically pleasing to look at. It's very minimalist. Even your clients can create albums on there. You try them both. Try Shootproof, try PicTime. I have a Shootproof code if you want to try Shootproof. Link below. But I geared towards Shootproof because at the time I was able to make contracts. I just was so used to it. I can collect invoices on there, things like that. But now I have HoneyBook, so I don't really need to do that. But Shootproof, that's what I use. I love it. It costs me $372 a year. That includes archiving galleries, paying for like a music to you can have music playing as your client is looking through the gallery, and it makes them.
I wanted to write you a song you could sing forever, and I wanted to rhyme and to bend phrase and time into something clever, but you.
So with Shootproof, there's a really cool gallery feature that I just absolutely adore. It is a music feature. It's $5 extra a month, and that's why it costs me $372 a year, because I add on that feature to my galleries. And honestly, I get clients texting me all the time that they're like crying when they're looking through their wedding photos or their engagement shoot, just because it activates that sense when there's music playing and looking at their photos of just like an incredible emotion going back into that memory. It's beautiful. So I love that feature on Shootproof. I don't know if PicTime offers that, but definitely check it out. It's very, very cool feature to add on for your galleries. But okay, anyway, moving on. Shootproof, you're gonna need some kind of program to send your photos, so I encourage Shootproof or PicTime for that. Okay, so next program we need to talk about, and if you don't have this, it's a problem when trying to be a professional wedding photographer, is a website. Now there are so many different ones you can use. Squarespace is one of the like commonly used website builders. I love it. I think it's super easy. I just love the option of being super creative. So I use Showit. There's so many cool templates. I've used them all. I didn't use them all, but I've used quite a few, and then I creatively go from whatever that template is and just kind of make it my own from there with my fonts and my colors and such, and how I want everything laid out. So Showit is a little bit more complicated than Squarespace, but if you're willing to learn more and like be super creative, you have that like tech savvy skill, highly recommend Showit for your wedding photography business. Along with Showit is creating a blog, and I use WordPress to create my blogs. I highly recommend it in order to get found on Google. Obviously, you have all the others social media platforms to help you get found, but having a website that has really good SEO, you can learn that with these YouTubers here on SEO, but I recommend a website. If you don't have a website, you're not going to be as successful as you could be as a wedding photographer. So have a website. Showit is great, Squarespace is great. Use one of those. Okay? I pay for Showit about $288 a year. Now you're going to need a domain as well. So I bought a domain that says mirandasuess.com. So if they type that in, it'll be directed to suessmoments.com, which is my wedding photography business. I also have miranda.photography, I think it is the other one. So if someone typed in miranda.photography, it pops up suessmoments.com. So you can buy a bunch of domains. Highly recommend buying your name as a domain, just so if anyone has the same name as you, it can link to your actual wedding photography business. I also need you to stop having an email address that says whatever your wedding photography business at gmail.com or at Hotmail or Yahoo, AOL, whatever it is. Get rid of that. Upgrade wedding photography business as the at weddingphotographybusiness.com. So for example, I have Miranda@suessmoments.com, and then I also have suessmoments@gmail.com. Now, any communications that I have with clients, I like to keep it through Honeybook, but if I'm going through my Gmail, I'll use my Miranda@suessmoments.com to communicate with them. And when it comes to like billing and subscriptions and things like that, I use my suessmoments@gmail.com and kind of collect all of my billing information through that. Okay, another program, actually it is free when you have a Gmail, is Google Meets. Now you can use Zoom, you can use all the other conference options. Google Meets is free. I like it. It's easy, and when you have your Google Calendar all set up and you send a Google Calendar invite to someone, you can add the Google Meets link to it. Free. I don't even think there's a cap on how long you can be doing a virtual meeting on there. I know Zoom does. I think it's up to like 55 minutes or an hour or something like that. But with Google Meets, I'm able to go over that time if I needed to. So, on to the next one. I know we have a lot here. I think I have like 10 or 11 programs I want to cover. So, we're on program number 8, and that's social media. Instagram. You need an Instagram, especially if you're a wedding photographer, and you need to learn Reels, and you need to learn how to use hashtags, and yeah, you need an Instagram. And you also need a Pinterest. So when you make your Pinterest pins, it links back to your website, and it links back to the blogs that you posted related to that Pinterest pin that you created. It is very important to have Pinterest and Instagram as a wedding photographer. I don't care about Twitter. It's not a photo program. Like, don't do that. Have Instagram and have Pinterest. Those are your must-have social media platforms, and you need to be very active on both of them in order to be successful to get those leads. Okay, next up is Flowdesk, some kind of email marketing system or some kind of auto email system that you use to collect emails and then sending out marketing campaigns to those subscribers to your email. So I use Flowdesk. I pay $19 a month or $228 a year for this. And what I do, I created a web page back a long time ago when I first started with Flowdesk, probably during 2020. Created a web page to collect email subscriptions And what it did was gave prospective clients a free download. It was a free download to a wedding photography checklist. So when they entered the email, they got that from Flowdesk, the download link to that checklist that they requested. And then I was able to market them with monthly emails of like different tips and tricks for their wedding. They also get like updates on my YouTube posts or anything that I'm offering, like boudoir shoots that they probably didn't know about. They're getting emails about that. And Flowdesk is a great platform, keeps everything really beautiful and on brand with every email and marketing material I send out. And I don't even have to think, it's already being sent automatically. So I love that and having that, and I highly recommend that to either you are trying to get clients by offering a freebie, or with your current clients just so they're always not getting communication from you, so they're not feeling like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in like 6 months, but actually you're getting emails from them or from you. So I know I'm kind of like ranting here, so basically you need some kind of email marketing platform to send out auto emails, and I use Flowdesk. 2 more things let's cover. This is what I was telling you about that isn't really a subscription or an app or anything like that, but you need it in order to be successful as a wedding photographer, is insurance. Insurance for your gear, and insurance, you need that insurance in case someone does get hurt on the job, tripping over your tripod, something like that. God forbid that ever happens. So I pay $503 a year for that, and it gives me peace of mind. So get insurance for your business, and you'll get more bookings too, because wedding venues do require it. All right, last but not least, this last program that I paid for in order to be successful as a wedding photographer is Grammarly. Now, Grammarly is a program, so cool, that is linked to Google Chrome. So when I'm typing something, you get those red little lines if something looks weird or some kind of that's spelt wrong or something, and it'll try to autocorrect it type of thing. So Grammarly is great because what I can do is I can type something up, a paragraph or whatever, I'll copy it and go into my Grammarly little app on my Google Chrome and paste it in there, and then it'll give me the option of how I want to be like sound, if I want it to be like more of like informal, or if I wanted to like sell something, whatever it is, it'll help me autocorrect it and give me some suggestions. Now, I am not a good writer, nor am I a good speaker, as you can probably tell from these YouTube videos, but I'm practicing. I'm trying to be better at my English. So I love this program, Grammarly, and I pay $144 a year. Totally worth it. Helps me with my grammar. I highly recommend it. So that's basically the last program that I use in order to be successful as a wedding photographer. Now, all those programs I just mentioned to you is less than $3,100 a year to run my business. $3,100 a year to run my business. Now, that is incredible, I think, as a business owner. There's other things that I do pay for, like my gear and stuff like that, but $3,100 a year, less than that, to run a wedding photography business to be successful. I think there are some things in here you don't need, maybe the Spotify, maybe there's something else that you could substitute it for. Maybe you don't need all the Adobe programs that I pay for, which is about $50 a month. There's some other things in here that you could probably cut down to make it a little bit cheaper per year, but go out there, do some research on the programs that I've recommended, but there's many out there that you could probably find a little bit cheaper, or something you like a little bit better that you're willing to invest in to create a more successful 6-figure wedding photography business. So these are my programs that I use that I know that makes me successful, and I want to know what you use. Maybe drop it out down in the comments below. And if there's anything in here that I had mentioned that you need a tutorial on, please say something, because I will create that for you, and I want to make sure that you're successful too in your wedding photography business. Okay guys, have a great day. I hope you get a bunch of leads, sending you so much good juju, and yeah, that's it. So bye, have a good day.